Hello. So we're together again. Hello. How's life? You know, it's such a beautiful day, and I spend all of the beautiful days out in the country. And then you've got to do a lot of exercise. You've got to walk on ice and snow or snowshoe, or it's very hilly and it's just between you and what you see and maybe what you think about. But if you were to go into town on a lovely day, and then you can walk along the sidewalks, kind of window shopping, and you can see other people. You see me discovering this, eh? You can see other people, and you can smile at them, and impart a bit of happiness. Or you can actually go into stores, but you're outside, So we're gonna take a little drive now. I'm going to go to a Walmart and get a case for these children little tablets. So I've got my window open. I just love it when the sun is shining. It makes me imagine waves on the beach, It makes me imagine growing things. It really makes me imagine tilling the land and dragging my foot and planting seeds. I really miss planting seeds. I think my garden beds are too small. I think I really need to also be using the land, the ground. I should have a huge bed that's on the ground and stakes in it, so I can put things like beans, pole beans in, and then they can grow 12 foot high up a bamboo thing. Of course, then you can't reach them. And one bean seems to, and another thing I can do when it's a beautiful day like this, look at that, how I can just pull off the road. I can look for plants. Like I can look over in the shoulder. I can look for, see those red plants? Those are red osier dogwood. But there's also willow growing in there, and I can drive along slowly and look for the willow. Good morning, Tyler. The reception is good in this video. Well, yes, I'm in a normal place. I'm not where I usually am, which is out in the woods. Okay, so let's go. We'll see what we can see. Well, let's just drive slowly first. So that's red osier dogwood. It's the red stuff. And willow is what I love. So the yellow green is willow. And I don't see willow. I see something else that may pass for a kind of willow, but it's not going to be for basketry. It may work, however, for like twining on for a grass hut foundation, that would work. See, those over there are not the right stuff. We paved the shoulder here. It's really, really fine. See, those, they're pretty straight. I don't know. See the red ones though, those are usable. Those are only first year. They're sprouts. They're not little branching things. I think on a beautiful day like this, the thing that I really want to do is be outside cutting willow. Outside sitting, making a basket out of willow, sitting in the sun. I should use my birch bark. I've got all the birch bark there now. And I'm going to, as I told you this morning, I'm going to work on that comforter, which is spread out on the bed right now. I don't need a whole quilting frame. Let's put it on the bed. Except then I guess when you're going to stitch it, it's not in the right way. Unless you're pulling it towards yourself, and then you can stitch. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to have a chair to sit at when I do it. Maybe you should put it on the dining room table. The dining room table is actually in the family room. but it's always been called the dining room table my whole life. So I guess that's the dining room table. But oh, look at that green stuff. That's good. Inspiring me. You know, I have a friend out in Alberta that harvests willow out of the ditches, and there must be a good supply because they're always talking about harvesting them. But I find that when I harvest them, the ones I find are, there's not enough, like, well, there's enough to make one basket. Maybe there's more than that, but I just can't, there's not that many patches of it, I guess. So if I were to collect all of one patch, I might make 10 baskets. And there's no more, you know, like that might be from a few patches, actually. 10 baskets. So maybe a basket per patch. But if you've got a whole lot of people harvesting it, it sounds to me like they just all the way along the ditches are willow. In the ditches, but you know, here the ditches are pretty deep. They elevate the roads above the level of the ground about 6 feet or more, and then they have a ditch as well. So the ditch takes the water, and it soon fills up with the blowing snow, blows across it, and it just fills it to the top. So you wouldn't, if the willow are in there, they're going to be pretty short by the time they poke out of the top of the snow, you know. So do they not get a lot of snow in Alberta? I mean, maybe they just don't have any snow. Maybe that's why they can harvest all the willow. And there's Phragmites. I just love Phragmites. I probably shouldn't love it so much. It's not that, you know, there's a lot of downs about it, but I just love it. I wonder if I could just make a Phragmites door on the teepee. No, I can't because it's flammable. Never mind. I'm thinking of the teepee in the yard, the teacup trail teepee. I'm trying to create a door for it. And so far I've not been very successful. So I'm going to work on it a little more. See what I can come up with. Oh, such a wonderful day outside. It was supposed to be cloudy, and I figured if I went home it would be cloudy, but out here it's not cloudy, it's sunny. And I've been known to drive many miles to see a patch of sun, of blue sky. You know, sometimes in the winter it's all clouds, but you can see one patch of blue somewhere far away. I've driven to it before. You know, it's really quite amazing at how quickly the Lord answers our prayers. When we're really trying to serve Him and trying to be His hands and do His will, He really is grateful, and He blesses us so much. There's so many things that come to me that I don't deserve and I don't earn, and other people would be jealous of, and I would have been jealous of, and yet they're just coming to me. And I just feel very blessed. I have, you know, I live in a huge, beautiful house. I don't take such great care of it. I'm kind of messy and all, but it's an amazing blessing. Now, if I had turned on that road, I might have gotten to that other willow patch. But you see, I don't have anything to cut it with. But even just to be there is nice. Oh, and you know what? As soon as it starts to thaw and there's water in the ditches, then the spring peepers will start. Beep, 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 beep. They're frogs. And they're so tiny, I can never figure out where they are. I'll sit and I'll study a spot, and I know there's a few in that spot, and the spot might only be this big. And I can hear them, and I can't find them. Look and look and look in the water. They're not in the water. Or maybe they are, but I just can't see them. It must be very tiny. Guess I didn't get enough sleep. I gotta do some more sleeping. Or maybe it's too warm in the car and I need more oxygen, and that's why I'm yawning, to get more oxygen. So we'll just open the window. Works other times. You know, I never drive this way. I didn't realize how infrequently I go here, but I definitely go the other direction. There's spotted all about in Ontario. And you figure out which the bigger towns have Walmarts and the smaller towns don't. The villages don't. So you have to, or you can go to the city. My kids have memberships at Costco. I think, in fact, 3 of them do. And I should just go with them, which is what I do. You know, I'm an opportunist, so when I'm with one child and he's going, I go with him. Not child, but, you know, one of my kids. And that seems to be the only times I go. Is it worth it to get a membership? You know, there's cognitive dissonance, so if it's not worth it, you still think it is because you paid it, right? If you've paid that money, then it must have been worth it. Therefore, yes, it's worth it. But I don't know that they have enough things there that I use to make it worth my while. I'm not sure what a membership costs. Maybe it's $60 a year, maybe it's $120. I have no idea. And how many times do you have to shop there before you make up the difference? But if the things that you buy are very inexpensive there, then that's where you should be shopping, right? You need to shop where the stuff you buy is, where you can get the best price. You have to shop around, and you can't just blanket ignore certain stores because once upon a time you got an inferior head of lettuce. Those places might be very good. You just have to check what you're buying. Boy, those dogwoods were perfect. Straight up. I love harvesting things. I just love being out in nature. And then I have to figure out what to do with what I've harvested. A lot of everything is under the snow right now. And it's still snow out there. It's still at least 4 inches deep, I would say. Maybe in some places. It depends where you are, and it depends on the terrain, because the snow will drift. So it'll drift around a house, and you may get a very deep on the side of the house and very shallow in the front. And so it's very hard to say how much snow is on the ground. And then if the forest won't have very much in the forest necessarily, but it will be slowing down the snow that's blowing overhead, and it will tend to drop. But the deer always walk right under the drip line of the branches, and that is, or just inside the drip line. Maybe anyway, it's where there's the least amount of snow. Just inside the drip line, I guess. It falls on the tree, and then it all comes over at one point. And so just inside of that. Alright, now we have to figure out the speed limit here. I did so many errands this morning. And I went to the health food store and I got lots of peanut butter and lots of whole grain rye bread. Excuse me. I have a friend that lives in this town. Maybe I should drop in on her. I used to love dropping in on people. I would drop in on people all the time. It was great. I had little children, and they had children, but also just people that are by themselves. Ever since I've been, my children have been been an empty nester. It's been quite a few years now. I would say it's been, well, maybe it hasn't been that many. I mean, my kids all graduated and moved out, and then I had a boomerang, so I'm not sure how long ago that was. Probably 4 years now, maybe 5. Anyway, so it's been a long time since I had kids at home. Because they moved out, I would say maybe more. 8 years ago or 9 years ago was when my youngest left for school. Okay, now where am I going? Am I going to go this way? Or am I going to go this way? Where am I headed? I'm going this way. Okay. My friend lives that way, and Walmart is this way. I find the price of romaine is coming down, but only in certain stores. There's certain stores that are just going to charge you an arm and a leg, but then there's certain other stores that are discount sort of stores. I don't know what they're called in different areas. Giant Tiger is one that is pretty common in Canada. It has fruits and vegetables and food. It has it's like a department store almost, but not, well, small stuff. Okay, now I'm going to go to the end of this road, and then I'm going to, oh yes, it's on that side. Yes, I was trying to remember if I come up to this intersection, where would it be from here? And I thought it was that way, but no, it's that way. This is good. We're getting there. Yeah, I don't come to this one very often. Hardly at all. The water is beautiful. I love the falls. You know, there's places to go where you can watch falls. I forget what's available in the winter. You know, I'm so used to just being at home. And if I'm at home, I'm only doing a few possible things. So I could be cleaning. I could be sitting outside on the porch. I could be working on my carding and weaving. Now I could also be wood burning or playing my violin or watching television, watching the boob tube. It's not television, it's a smart TV. Well, it's still TV. My glasses are so dirty, I can barely see them. I tried wiping them off, and that was a bad idea. Because whatever I wiped them off with was not taking it off, but smearing. It was got greasy, even though I didn't think it had been touched at all. Okay, so now we're at Walmart. Look at all these cars. Wow. It was fun walking around and sort of window shopping before. Especially on a sunny day, right? On a sunny day, you want to be outside. So that's why probably they have garden centers outside, right? We don't have a garden center open yet. Not till May. So where should I park? I'll park over here. I hope this is the right size. It's a big store. Sometimes these stores are so big, it's a lot easier to just use the handicap cart. You know, if you've got to go a long way. Okay, here we go. So my objective is either to replace these tablets, these have broken screens, or to get protective covers for cases for them. All right, shall we go in? Do you want to come with me? Or should I leave you here? Well, I don't know. So I've got to take these tablets with me, I think. So that I'll know what I'm getting. You can come along. It's really nice outside. Look at this blue sky. Lock the door. My feet drag a lot, and I'm trying. Wait, here, let me get my backpack up. Right. Okay. So I've been noticing that my feet drag when I walk. And so if I try and pick my feet up, I have to straighten my back. That's probably good for me. But I do feel like these 3 vertebrae that are at the bottom, they're kind of dead. You know, the inside stuff is turned to, the marrow is gone, it's turned to fat, which I guess is a normal aging thing. But so they don't regenerate. So they're like just these little, it's not like the rest of my spine. Anyway, so let's go. So I turn you around. Salt, in case you need it for your